Hey everyone, welcome to Lit Bricks. Today we're going to talk about wires. A lot of people seem to not like the appearance of wires. Most of these people, I don't think have even put a light kit on a Lego set. So today we're going to go over what you can see and what you can't see and why it really shouldn't matter to you anyway. Alright, we'll start out with the obvious one. The roller coaster has 0 places to hide wires. So if you want to light up your roller coaster, you will see wires all over the whole thing. And this shouldn't be there. This actually fell off. The sticky thing came unstuck, so I need to fix that. But either way, there are wires all over the set because there are lights all over the set. This doesn't really bother me all that much. It might bother some people. But I would have to say this and this are probably the worst two offenders when it comes to where you can't hide wires, because this one, this is a Brixmax kit. I'm not sure about the Light My Bricks kit. I've actually thought about taking this one off and swapping it over to the Light My Bricks kit, and I might do that in the future, because it does look a little bit more realistic. This one's not horrible though. I mean, it's all right, but the wire situation on this one was, I mean, there was absolutely nowhere to hide these things, and they are everywhere. Luckily, they put most of them, well, all of them I should say, are on the back side of the build, so you can't really see any of them until you get around back, and that's a horrible representation. Most of them are up here. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. This one's pretty good. You only really see a couple on the outside. When it's closed up, you don't see them at all. But it's meant to be displayed open, so sometimes you get a few like this. But I mean, it's nothing that you would be that concerned with, I wouldn't think. Now, unless you're me and you want to hang things, you're definitely going to see that. Vader's Castle, I mean, unless you look underneath it, you're not going to see any wires. Same with Apocalypseburg. I mean, there's one behind here. Yeah, that's about it. And the ones inside here, you can't see them unless you're really looking for them. Ninjago is a pretty bad offender too when it comes to this stuff. I mean, now they could have made the wires brown, which would have been a lot better, in my opinion. That's dusty. I have to clean these things. Light My Bricks does use brown wire, brown and black. There it is. It blends a little better, I feel, than the white or than the black and red. But there's an example of some wires you can see, but with a different color. I don't know. I think it's helpful. I lit this myself, so we won't go over that. This is a pretty bad offender. This is a Brixmax kit. It was on sale, so why not spend 20 bucks or 10 bucks or whatever it was, but everything's outside, which, yeah, that's kind of a mess. They put it inside? Yeah, probably. Is this something I could probably take apart and rewire myself and do it? Yeah, probably. Will I? Yeah, I might. This one's the same way. Whoops. Also a Brixmax kit. I never liked that, actually. That bugs me. I might do something about that, like now. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Fixing lights, we'll call it that. Don't follow directions. This is Light My Bricks kit. Everything's great. I mean, everything's behind it. You won't see anything from the front. Even this, I mean, this is lit. There's a wire, but that's about all you can see, which is nice. I mean, it's not bad at all. A lot of these modulars are very well hidden too, except for the ones that I did. But that's really all about you're going to see is stuff like that. I mean, little tiny, you wouldn't even know they were there unless you knew they were there kind of situation. Unless you're looking at this. You're gonna see these. Funny thing is though, when it came to Ninjago City, it almost looked like they were power lines running through, you know, a Japanese town. So it almost kind of went with it. I don't know, I think. Gardens is a lot better. You don't see hardly any of those. I mean, just the stuff on the outside. And this will happen too. You'll have weird spaces. If that's something you can't stand, lighting might not be for you. Until you turn it on and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is a nightmare down here though. They kind of jammed everything in here. But again, it's somewhere where you're not really going to notice all that much. And I could probably still clean that up a little bit more if I wanted to. I try to run most things between or under. But obviously you can see where some of the wires are. Now this one I did myself, obviously. Well, not obviously, but they don't make a light kit for Pharaoh's Quest stuff, so all these are lit. And then I just bought dots from Bricklink to cover up. Well, I actually had a different plan. I was going to make a road with those dots, and then I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to hide the wires, but this kind of worked out a little bit better. I mean, from an aerial view, it doesn't look too stupid. In my opinion, yours might be different. But something like this, I mean, you can't hide everything. Most stuff is underneath the stairs because the stairs flick up. Well, the bug was in the way, I'd show you, but in this case, I just decided to hide the wires underneath the Lego. That is something I built, so it's different. This is a Light My Bricks kit. Everything's hidden behind here. And you wouldn't even know the lights were in the trees unless you really looked. Same down here. The wires kind of blend in, go underneath the tree. Underneath the stairs. Can't see anything on this one. And this I did myself. But I had to run all the wires on the outside because I didn't use hollow poles or anything. And these are all Brixmax lights that I bought individually, and I wish that the wires were red or brown and black now. Man, I don't want to have to go through and change all these. There's a lot of lights. Every single lantern in here is lit up. I don't really want to change them. So yeah, as far as wires are concerned, you will see wires. If you're a person who can't stand wires for whatever reason, but you love the idea of lighting, buy a cheap kit. Buy a little light kit, throw it on a car or something, and see what you think. And then form your decision from that. Don't just complain about wires and not exactly know what you're talking about. Because I got them everywhere. Most of these, like these, were just to connect stuff, like this one. That's just to connect all these ships together. I mean, and I didn't have a long enough connecting cable to move this anywhere else. Could I in the future? Yes. Will I? I don't know. It's not that important to me. But, so yeah, wires. They're a thing. You will see some of them. It will make the Lego not seat perfectly in some spots. It won't make the build any flimsier or anything. It'll be fine, but there might be little gaps here and there. So if that's something you can't stand, don't bother with lighting. But if you think you can get past that, yeah, please. Buy all the lights you want because it's awesome. And this is why every single wire that you do see is worth it. Because you get to come in here and stare at stuff. And move things. And think about the next project. And wish you lived here. Totally worth it. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, helps out a lot. Subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, folks, have a good day.